on Detox Simplified. My name is Shampa. I am faculty with the Art of Living organization. And today we are very honored to have with us Dr. Lalitha Balaji, who will be sharing her precious wisdom and insights on this very relevant topic of the day, detox. So before we go into the discussion, I would like to say a few words about Dr. Lalitha. So Dr. Lalitha is a leading diabetologist and wellness expert with 31 years of experience in the Middle East and India. After graduating from Chennai, she pursued her postgraduate studies in internal medicine and diabetology from UK. She went on to work in a prestigious medical institution in Oman for 23 years, where apart from her routine practice, she was also head of occupational health verification for oil and gas companies. She was appointed panel physician by the US Embassy for immigrant visa medicals. And she was also appointed panel physician by UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand embassies. Dr. Lalitha, a warm welcome to you to this session. We are really happy, grateful, and honored to have you here with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shampa. It's my honor, honestly, to come and connect with you all. Yes. Whatever little bit we can share and chat. Yes.
Yes. So, Dr. Lalitha, I was thinking if we could start from the start. What I mean is, what is your understanding of a detox? What is the expert opinion about what is a detox?
Okay. If you ask me, like, a dictionary meaning of detox, it's very simple, isn't it? Just removal of toxins from your system. That's all we can say. It may sound very simple as a definition, but what's happening in the body is like throughout the day, let's say, there is something like a interaction which is happening through our five senses, isn't it? We are constantly watching, or we are hearing, or we are touching, tasting, smelling, isn't it? These are our five gates through which we are interacting in the outer world, right? So this is not like a one way. There is something which is coming back to you as well through these five gateways. Like, for example, if you're watching something violent, then something is stirring inside you. Or probably if you're watching something romantic, something is stirring inside you. And similarly, when you're eating food, some food which is like, maybe it is suiting you, some food is not suiting you. Same as with your hearing, suppose some insults keep on happening to you. Somebody is like belittling you. Somebody is putting you down all the time. So what are all these? Like, these are constant inputs which are going into your system. Some are good, some are bad, let's say. For the body, what happens is everything which goes inside after it is filtered off, it will only assume it to be a toxin. Whatever is not suiting for the cell, it will say it's a toxin for me. It's as simple as that. That's how the machinery works inside. So what happens then? There is something called a damage which is happening in the cell. That we call it as the oxygen stress. This oxygen stress happens in every single cell. Basically, what happens? Few cells join together, they form something we call tissue. Like you say, muscle tissue, isn't it? Or a fat tissue. So these cells put together become a fat or a muscle. Then group of muscles join together, then they become a system, muscular system, or a bones together, they join, they become skeletal system. So there is a constant insult of these cells. Then they have something, as I said, injury called oxygen stress. These are nothing but collecting like a garbage. Every cell has got a garbage bag inside it. This garbage bag is accumulating with these toxins. So what happens once it happens insult, or once something is going and triggering off, many years probably it will take for all the cells put together. Imagine that garbage bag is collecting. And one fine day it will manifest as some disease in your body. That is why it is important when we say detox, means then and there, every single day, if I can do that. But luckily, God has given us this machinery. He has already provided us with beautiful, like I would say, 5 sets of big organs which are doing this job. Tirelessly, they are doing it 24/7, 365 days without a break. They are doing it. All we need to understand is how I can take care of those organs so that, as I said, this garbage can be daily disposed of. Instead of, like, imagine 1 month your garbage van is not coming. How much accumulation is happening, isn't it? Whichever tissue is starting to get affected. That's why people have this chronic backache problems, or chronic disorders are nothing but toxins accumulating over a period of time. which could be your physical toxin, which could be your emotional toxin, your mental toxin, whatever, you give it a different name to it, they are ultimately some toxins. So detox, as I said, may sound a very simple definition, but these are all the things which are going on at the chemical level, let's say. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of new things I got to know from whatever you shared just now, because generally we understand detox that zada kha liya, to we need to go for a detox. Like some viewers already have asked about post holy detox and after all the festivities. But the thing that you mentioned, that we take in so much from the five senses and it affects us at different levels, and the relation between aches and pains and the detox is something really insightful, and I mean, I at least didn't know about it. So now that we know that detox is important, definitely. So what, according to you, are the best natural ways? And like you mentioned that we can maybe do it daily also. Yeah, some detox. So what would be your recommendation about the best ways to cleanse our system?
See, easily said is like everything in moderation, I would say. That's the key, and that's a dictum. Whether it is watching something, or whether, as I said, eating something, whether you're hearing something, everything in moderation is the best underlined word there. Again, see, moderation becomes like a very subjective thing, isn't it? For some people, like maybe watching a social media or a movie or whatever for 4 or 5 hours is moderation for them. For some people, just an hour could be moderation. So that can vary. But whatever the time you're watching or eating or whatever activities that you do, the chemical insult which is going on can be the same. The changes that are happening can be the same. That is why, like, you can't prescribe like, okay, this is what should be done in general. Each person is different. That is why it has to be like, tailor made. Then that's why when we sit with patients, like for example, very interestingly, why I even created this workshop is because in my past years of practice, many patients, keep coming back to me with a recurrent problem. Like for example, headaches you take. They keep telling me like, I've got migraine, doctor. So I've been to all the doctors, they give me this medication, that medication, can you suggest something for me? Or some people, they have hair fall issues. Some people have like a chronic backache problems, neck pain problems they have, or some people have infertility issues. Like, they have not got into the depth of knowing why this is happening to me. It could be a simple thing. For example, headache, if you notice, if I sit and chat with them, I come to know that there is a lifestyle problem where in their office desk, they are not sitting properly. Probably, the chair itself is not all right, the level of their laptop, and this is not all right. So either they are looking down or they're looking up. That constant insult of that is affecting them, and that can lead to problems. Or the lighting is not all right on them. So it can be as simple as that also. As I said, this is like a physical cause. And of course, stress, like at workplace, as we all know, stress, isn't it? Constant, like we keep saying every day, I have a lot of stress, lot of stress. So this stress affects at a very deep level. These are, again, as I said, toxins. So these toxins then impact your health in different ways. For some people, like this in the physical level, as aches and pains, or like, as I said, infertility, or even sometimes people have deficiencies. See, because your system is not working properly, some people see, where stress, what happens, their gut becomes like very shrunk. Like constantly somebody insults, you feel, the clenching of the stomach happens for them. So that the digestion process gets disturbed. When the digestion is not all right, sometimes they found people having chronic deficiency problems. Then when they go to they keep on popping pills. They keep thinking, oh, I have a zinc deficiency, I have an iron deficiency. They are just only supplementing the vitamins instead of going to the root of the problem. So, but once I sit and chat with them, I find that sometimes, something else has been contributing to this problem. When we relieve the digestion problem, automatically the nutrients will get absorbed. Otherwise, what is the point in taking? They say, oh, I'm taking, such an expensive vitamin, doctor, but still, my iron levels are this, my hemoglobin is not improving, or my hair fall is not improving. All this is because it could be the reason is something else there. So once we attend to that, then it becomes easier. That is why we can't say, yes, diet is a very good method. It can be like a beginning one. Starting stage could be probably diet. And anyway, like you said, detox means the first thought people think is only diet, isn't it? Always they think, oh, if I go on some detox diet, I'll be fine. Yes, they will help you in the short run, but not for the long term. For short run, yes, you can take something like, maybe a vegetable juice diet or some only fruit diet, or some people like to do like intermittent fasting. So all this you can try. But this you cannot do it lifelong. That's not possible, isn't it? Because your taste buds will overrule you. You want to really, isn't it? You'll start to crave them. You want to eat more, right? Yes, if you're living like a yogic lifestyle, if you're resigned yourself to live in the mountains, then that's a completely different. Then maybe you'll be able to follow all of these yogic style of diet and etc. But when you're living in the material world where you have to balance both your career or whatever, then it is important that diet is important. But besides this, like you have to do exercise. Exercise is another important. When your circulation is good, then only the signal will go to the brain saying that this particular type of toxin is coming into your body. How will the brain identify it? Unless the circulation is moving, it will send signals saying that, oh, now this person has received this kind of a toxin. Now I should be ready to inform the next organ so that this organ is ready to remove this toxin. So if you want to keep the circulation moving, then exercise obviously is the solution. Exercise, of course, we can leave it to your choice. You can do it in whichever way you want. You want to run, jump, skip, or you want to go for a long walk, or you want to do yoga, whatever be it. You can choose your whatever. But it's important to start moving. Like you must have heard lymphatic system, we say, isn't it? Circulatory lymphatic system. These are all like, important to remove the toxins and flush them out of your system every single day. That's why we say when people are sitting for long hours, their work is, they naturally tend to get localized aches and pains they get, or they feel like something is stuck. They come and tell me, doctor, I feel something is stuck. I have a calf cramp. All this is because your toxins are localized. So we need to start moving. When you move, then automatically they get flushed out. So that is one way. Then, of course, if you want to do a complete mental detox, you have to go for meditation. Isn't it? You have to go for meditation. It need not be like, okay, I have to do some jap and sit like that. Not necessarily. Some people like that also. Some people, maybe they find it like when they do some repetitive mantras or repetitive some affirmations, they feel that it's good for them to detox, like, relaxation of the mind. Some you can just only simply listen to some music also. Just relax while listening to the music. You can do that. Or some people find like just I'll go sit by myself and contemplate. That is good enough. Some people watch their breath. So in different ways, we can give that mental relaxation. So that like a meditation, everything comes under the ambit of meditation, we can say. And then of course we have like different schools of thought we can use. Like see, Ayurveda is such a holistic science, isn't it? It's a very beautiful science which incorporates not just only your physical body, it takes into account your soul, your spirit, or whatever, your mind. Every component is addressed there. So we can use the principles of Ayurveda, like in a day-to-day, and you can use it. So there are methodologies. Similarly, another traditional Chinese medicine is also very old, science. So they also got fantastic, like how we say nadis in Ayurveda, they have something called the channels where the prana flows, right? They call it as meridians. So we can, how I can tap into those meridian points and heal my body, that you can do. Now I would say energy healing medicine is a very big branch of medicine nowadays, allopathy medicine. The energy healing medicine is coming up in a big way. So where we can tap into our own, energy and heal ourselves. You don't have to wait till the disease manifests. You can start to tap your healing energies and you can heal your organs well. So that the detox happens every single day. So diet is one method, exercise is good, meditation is good. Then applying the principles of all of these schools of thought you can do. Like even people go for the sauna, steaming and sauna, isn't it? That also helps you to, because skin is the biggest detox organ. Every minute you're perspiring, sending out like how your breath is, like breathing out carbon dioxide, you're also throwing away your toxins from your system. So the more you attend to your breath, the more you attend to your skin, then automatically you're detoxifying yourself every minute. So just taking care of these organs, you can do it in different methods. Of course, see, if you ask me in olden days, like really the olden days, as I said, the yogic days, even now you can follow some of them. Like in yogic days, you look at it, they say like you can do oil pulling. Now it's come back, isn't it? You put some sesame oil and you do that. Or then you have like jalniti, where you put a pot of saline water into your nostrils that cleanses all of your system. And then you can take salt water and you can warm it out. Suppose we say bile is too much, pitta is very high. That means you can do this therapy. Like you can drink salt water and puke out and bring out all the pitta. Or similarly, you drink a lot of this salt water and then you purge, like you have diarrhea and you cleanse. So these are actual detox therapies. So Ayurveda, they call it as a panchkarma therapy. So there are different ways. You'll be surprised if I tell you, for example, for people with varicose veins, people standing for long hours, people develop varicose veins and all, right? So we have some beautiful therapy called Rakta Moksha, bloodletting actually. Okay, so it's not like vampires. It's like they put leech. They put leech onto the skin and it sucks out all the bad blood. But one thing is, you can't do it all by yourself. You have to be under care of a doctor to do all these panchkarma therapies. So these are actual detox therapies which can be done. There are several such things. Like you must have seen Baba Ramdev, no? He rotates all his muscles of the abdomen and all of those. Those are all actual detox therapies. But see, in a day-to-day life, as I said, you don't have time for yourself to go, give. Maybe, yes, you can do it once in 6 months. Once a year, you can go do all these panchkarma therapies. But you can do some of the things in a very easy manner in a day-to-day life also. That is also possible. That is what was the aim of, bringing about this workshop.
Okay. Yes. It would be really nice to know about the, daily detox tips as you were mentioning. And I'm sure we can go into detail. I mean, we can go into it in much more detail in the workshop that you will be conducting from 21st to 25th March. Okay, and after listening to whatever you have shared, I'm getting this thought that how do I know that I need a detox? I mean, what are the signs and symptoms to watch out for that? It's time to cleanse my system. Of course, I know that maybe my energy is, I'm not feeling upbeat, I'm not feeling enthusiastic. That is definitely one of the signs. But if you could throw more light on that.
See, very simple, like you said, energy is first one thing. Okay. And if you're also having a lot of cravings and aversion, like for example, you crave a particular type of food all the time, or you're like, you look at certain food and you feel like, oh my God, no, I don't want to eat that. I feel like pukish. Then that is also a sign saying that your body is now looking for you to detox and cleanse your system. See, because these can be like a subtle sign that your liver is not functioning properly. Or like you have some breakouts in your skin constantly. Suppose there are people who have acne frequently, isn't it? Then also you know that your liver underlying is not working. And if you have dryness in the skin, too much dry skin, dry hair if you have, and if you have parched lips or your crack in the heel, crack in your lips, these are all happening recurrently, mouth ulcers, they're happening recurrent. Then yes, you know that something is not okay. My liver is not functioning, my kidney is not functioning properly. Then how can I take care of them? By either with your little bit of a diet, as I said, and then of course the different methods. These are some of the, I would say, like it can be in different, even nails. Nail can be an indicator. Brittle nails. If my nails are breaking very often, like, even before I do the manicure, it starts to break. If it grows for a week and then it breaks automatically. Or I find some lines, like white lines. Some people, they say, no, I find some white dot thing in my nails, or like, hole is there in my nails. So these are indicators saying that, your either nutrition is not getting absorbed properly, the toxins are overloading your system, or if you're a person at the drop of a hat for any aches and pains, if you're popping up pills like your paracetamol or a Dolo 650, Crocin, whatever you call it, ibuprofen, then yes, you're a candidate. You should go for a detox.
Okay, so you mean frequent aches and pains is also aches and pains? These are also manifestations that
yes. Okay. Bloating sensation, indigestion symptoms. Okay. People having indigestion, frequent indigestion, acidity problems. Like people constantly nowadays they say, isn't it? They have acidity, or bloating feeling they feel. So all these are a sign. The body is crying out. It is telling you there is something going on. Please attend to me. Or a dry cough. Some people having like persistent dry cough. Allergies. What about just simply sneezing? Some patients come and tell me, doctor, when I get up in the morning, 1,000 times I have to sneeze. Some of them we have experienced, isn't it? They say. They dismiss it saying that, oh, it may be some allergy, something is there in that. But I tell you, that is also a toxin. It could be as simple as because dust might settling in your pillowcase. You may not have changed your pillowcase at all. You may have to change that now. Or maybe it is your AC filters are not cleaned. Maybe you have to clean your AC filter. So it could be as simple as that. So there are toxins lurking in the household, in the environment, which you need to be aware of. So this is what we are like, trying to make people understand, become aware of all these things, so that they can take care of whatever is in the household environment, simple things, whatever they can correct, and thereby take care of their body and the organs also.
Yes. And there is a question from a viewer. The question is, I am diabetic and I have cholesterol problem. Will doing detox help me?
Certainly, yes. Definitely. For a person with cholesterol diabetic means what? They are nothing but, by definition, chronic lifestyle disorders.
Okay.
See, for example, we can say, if when we ask patients, So is there a family history of diabetes? We ask. The patient will say, yes, doctor, maybe my grandfather had, or my mother is having. That means what? He's having genetically, he is prone to develop diabetes, but it need not develop even if he has to live at the age of 100. Why his genes are triggered? His genes are triggered because of his wrong lifestyle. You and I can also still have our ancestral gene of having diabetes, cholesterol, hypertension, etc., etc. But you don't become a diabetic or a hypertensive or a cholesterol problem unless you make the gene trigger. That trigger of the genes happens because of your lifestyle, your wrong lifestyle of not eating on time, eating junk food, eating processed food, or not sleeping on time. Sleep itself, I tell you, not sleeping on time is one of the biggest toxin, I would say. Because of which your liver is affected, then you turn a diabetic. Many people think only pancreas or insulin related to diabetes. No, liver is one of the biggest organ actually. When you don't sleep properly, there are some changes happening in the liver. Liver is not able to hold this. It's not able to clear the toxins then and there. Then what happens? The fat starts to deposit in the liver. You get a fatty liver. This fatty liver is a pre-runner for diabetes. Your cholesterol, your insulin syndrome, metabolic syndrome, obesity, hypertension, PCOD, infertility, all these are linked.
Okay, even PCOD is linked to toxin buildup. Yep. Because this is a very common issue among women today. Just the other day I was reading maybe 1 or 2 out of every 5 women have now started developing PCOD, PCOS. Yes.
As I said, PCODs, you may have a genetic running in the family, but how does it get triggered? It's 100% because of your wrong lifestyle.
Okay.
The more I take care of, there are enough number of stories. In fact, you must have seen the actress now, Sara Ali Khan, who has said she, in fact, completely corrected the lifestyle and she's lost some 105 kilos to she's come down to now 60 kilos or something. Just by only taking care of her lifestyle, she corrected her PCODs, etc. It's a very commendable thing for her to come out and say
this. Yes. True.
Isn't it? So these are all again the built-up of toxins. Anything chronic lifestyle disorders are nothing but chronic inflammation, we say. And what is this inflammation, which I told you in the beginning? Remember that oxidant stress which is happening, that starts to build up as chronic inflammation in your cells, and that leads to all of these problems.
It is so important to know all this. I mean, by the minute I'm realizing the importance of having this knowledge about, how different things affect us, how it impacts us, and how essential it is for us to free our system of all these unwanted things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, there is one more question, doctor, that what is the age group for detox? I mean, do kids even need a detox, or what about senior citizens? Do they need a detox to reorient their gut health? What would you suggest?
Yeah, you can start from the age of, I would say, 12 years and above.
Okay.
12 years up to 100 years, 100 plus years you can do.
Okay.
Yes.
Senior citizens can go for it, like 80 years and above.
Okay. Yeah. See, what we have actually tried to do is that's why if you look at it, the workshop says Detox Simplified.
Correct.
We have simplified the whole thing because we are trying to, in the first hour, we actually bring about awareness to the participants by explaining how this particular detox organ is functioning. What are its important functions? What can happen because of the toxins and why you have these symptoms? How you can take care of them. The second half is the practical application. Like, as I said, the application of Ayurveda, we have taken the sister branch yoga. So that for liver means we teach them specific yoga stretches only to strengthen the liver and detoxify the liver. And we do also the pranayams. Pranayams, in that we have incorporated mainly mudra pranayams. Mudra means, as you know, gestures, isn't it? Like you say victory or not so, whatever. So these mudras are nothing but energy channels where you can channelize your energy towards yourself. Otherwise, we are dissipating the energy throughout the day. So this elements, we are made up of 5 elements, means it is represented in our 5 fingers. So the way it is moved, then we can move the energy to retain and heal that particular organ. So we do the mudra pranayams for that specific organ. And then we have incorporated, of course, as I said, the meridian points. Based on the traditional Chinese medicine, we've taken the meridian points specifically for the liver, for the kidney, for the lungs. And then we allow to tap those points and we can activate the prana to flow freely so that they can detoxify effectively. And then we have incorporated the healing sounds. Like, for example, you say Om, isn't it? Similarly, there are specific healing sounds for these detox organs. So when you do the healing sound vibration, it automatically strengthens and detoxifies that organ. And lastly, of course, we have a specific instrumental music, which has the same frequency of your particular organ. Like, the famous Greek scientist Pythagoras actually has formulated this. He found, suppose you play a guitar, something happens in your particular organ. If you play the flute, something can get enlivened. Similarly, we teach, we play this and then we help to heal that particular organ. So all of these, the entire energy healing medicine has been incorporated and is properly scientifically constructed workshop. And as I said, it's a 2 hour. 1 hour is first hour is mostly bring about awareness, and second hour is the practical aspect. And also we have like a homegoing, we give a handout, and also we have a follow-up happening after the workshop also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really, everything has kind of blown my mind. I mean, detox for me and for many of us, I know it was always about, going on a juice diet or fasting for a few days. But so many aspects coming together is really fascinating. And I really look forward to this workshop 21st to 25th March that we have. And it is nice that we have both the sessions, 6:30, 8:30 in the morning, and then 6:30, 8:30 p.m. again in the evening. So Dr. Lalitha, thank you so much for this really insightful and helpful session. I'm sure we are all going back with a lot of takeaways and feeling very enriched right now, and look forward to joining you in the session on the 21st. I will do a screen share of the poster so that interested participants can note down the registration link and the numbers to connect with. So Dr. Lalitha, any last words that you would want to say? I mean, why Detox Simplified? I mean, I was getting that question. Why the name Detox Simplified?
As I told you, whichever you can do it easily by yourself. You don't have to go for, like a retreat. You don't have to get yourself into like a 7-day retreat, 10-day retreat. This is like every day. In fact, every class, I tell them this. It's imagine every day you put your dirty clothes into the washing machine. Remember this. Every day it's like this. It's like a washing machine. All the techniques which you are taught here is like washing all your organs inside then and there. So that you don't accumulate over a period of time. You don't one day start to get a disease at all. My aim is to make people stop coming to doctors like me.
Wow.
Especially allopathy doctors. Yeah. So that is the aim. If you're really focused on your wellness, I think wellness is a journey. Health is your goal. So if you have to start with the journey, the first step is, I would say, is detox. Understanding the organs, how I can cleanse them then and there, so that your health is already there.
Wow, you make it sound so doable, and not a struggle or something really, hard that we have to bear with for some time to cleanse our body. You make it sound like light and easy to do, and something that we can do on our own.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes. So thank you so much, Dr. Lalitha. I'll screen share the poster of the upcoming workshop, and look forward to having more of some more enriching time in the workshop. I'm sure it will be great. It's for 4 days, right?
Yeah, 5 days.
5 days. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Look forward to knowing a lot more. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Champa, and also the team for giving me this opportunity. And we'll see you all soon at the workshop. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Jai Gurudev. Bye-bye.
Jai Gurudev. Bye.